Hello, this tutorial is on list rollup. This is where you have two lists and you want to combine them into one. In display mode, they show up as one list. In this ticketing system right here, we have two lists. One is all tickets. These are open tickets that has not been closed, or if they're closed, they haven't been closed for 6 months. Archive tickets is tickets that have been closed for over 6 months. So there's two lists here, and we're going to do a list rollup that shows them both in one view. Normally you get a view of the tickets, normally you get a view of the archive tickets as separate. This will put them into one list view that you can use to group sort and other ways you want to. Now, what list you roll up can be any list at all. It could be a task list. Maybe you want to have different tasks in different lists. Like you might have an HR list, an HR task, a facilities task, IT task, whatever, and you want to put them into one list because that way you can view all your tasks across the different lists, for example. Many other possible uses of list rollup. Let's see how it works. So to get to list rollup, you have to go to the apps, the NITRO Studio apps. You go to list rollup and open up the list rollup app here. The list rollup app has two tabs on it. One tab is where you create and manage list rollup definitions. The other is when you add a rollup to a page on the site. The rollup definitions have to be created first before you can add them to a page on the site. So let's set one up. Here's a new list rollup. So what we're going to do is give it a name. We're going to call it tickets. Ticket rollup is a good name as any. These show new item link and show actions. Item link and show actions will become clearer as you see the rollup in action. But basically, new item link means creating a new item in one of the lists of the rollup, and actions mean that there's an edit and a view button available on the list rollup, and you can choose where if you want to show them, and if you want to show them in the first column or the last column. The first thing we have to do is define columns for this list rollup. So we'll use fairly simple ones. We'll start with title and make it bold. We want to know who the requester was, because that's a common field in both of these ticket lists. Now, in your task list or other lists, you may have other fields you want to put in here. Category is another one of this ticketing list that we want to put in. We could put it in created, which would be like the date created, and status. Now, as I said, you can have as many columns as you want, and they can be whatever you want to call them, depending on what list you're trying to roll up. Now, if you created it like this and say, well, I really want the order to be different, you can say I just moved that right up by drag and drop in that row. And you can also edit it further and delete it if you want. So let's just do it these 5 columns. Now we have to add lists that are going to be part of the rollup. First thing is to select the site, and then the list. The first one is going to be the tickets list. So we'll go to the tickets list. And a view could be it could be all items or some filtered view that you want to put here. Let's just go with all items. And then you map columns from this list to the columns you just created. So let's go here and do that. So new column. We have a list of the columns that are in that list rollup list view. So we have title, and we'll map that to title over here. Oops, let me take the T out there. You can there you go. Just choose it like that. Okay. Then you can go here and next column, category, and go here and choose the category and go through it like this to create the mappings between the roll-up column and the column value that's in the list you're working on. The list that you're adding to the roll-up is what I mean. So here we are. We got to get requester. And we have 2 more to do. We have the created and the status. Created in the status. And we'll go here. And this one's called request status in our system. That's because the names of the roll-up columns don't have to be the exact same name as the name in your list. It just has to be mapped properly. And we won't worry about color settings at this point, but you can choose to have the rows show up in different colors if you like. So that's what we're going to do here. We have now added one list to this roll up. This is the IT premium list, the ticket IT premium site with the tickets list. We've now added into this into here. So let's go to add another list. We want to add the next list. The next list is the archive tickets list. So let's put that one in. Archive tickets. Select the view, do all items again. And again, the column mappings are the same as in the previous one. Now, you may have a situation where you want to map different columns here to the same column, the column name in the rollup. This gives a lot of freedom and flexibility as to how you want to map the fields from one list into the rollup list. It really depends on what you want to accomplish and what information you want to show in your list and how you want it to be displayed and how that list rollup is going to be used and things like that. So we're almost there. We're going to go to now to created and then again status. So first created and then status. And here we go with a new column mapping of status. And that again is request status over here. So we go here, request status, add column to the value, do OK. And now we have the setting here also. So now we have two mappings here. We have mapped the tickets list and the archive ticket list to this rollup. And then we save it, and now we have a list rollup definition called ticket rollup. That's good. Now we have to see it somewhere. So we're going to add it to a page. The page we're going to add it to, I'll switch back to the page where I want to add it to show you what it looks like now. Here is a workspace page, and we're going to add it above this My Open Tickets. We're going to add another list rollup above it. Now it can be added to any SharePoint space, SharePoint workspace, or SharePoint page, but we're going to add it to that one. Let's take the URL here first, so we have that available, so we know what URL we want to add it to. And then we're going to go over to the list rollup tool again and go to the other tab called Add Rollup to Pages and Site. Specify the page URL, which is the one we just copied there. I just copied there. We're going to put it in the header and the zone index 0. Now this can be, if you know the SharePoint page design, you can put it in different areas, left column, middle column, footer, things like that, depending on the structure of your workspace page. But just put it up there. We're going to choose what definition. It's already ticket rollup, but if you had multiple ones, they'd show up in the drop list, and you could decide which one you want to put on this page. Of course, you can put multiple list rollups on one page if you want it. So we're going to call it ticket. Let's just call it tickets. That's going to be what's shown in the text. Let's give it a color, maybe green here, and then we also will give it maybe a light green. Then we'll give it also a color of, let's make it black, just to show the variations you can do here. It could be pure black all the way there if you want, whatever. And then we're going to add that. Now this is going to add this list rollup web part to that page. That is the URL right here, the workspace page. Tickets has been added. It says this is the title. Ticklets. Oh well, spelled that wrong, but okay. Let's add that. Let's probably add it again. Okay, so now this will be good. Even if you make a mistake, it's good to show you how to correct it. So here we go with the, let's look at this page and see what happens. So we go here and we're going to refresh this My Open Take. Okay, we try. And it's going to show this again. Here we have, because I clicked it twice, once ticklet, so that's good. That's going to show you right now that it's very easy to add and delete these. So I'm going to delete this one off, and then we'll be back to the one here. Sometimes having a little mistake shows you that it's easy to correct things anyway. So let's just go here and delete it. Yes. And now we'll go back and show stop editing, and we'll show that that web part has been added. The list rollup has been added here. Notice the green, the name tickets, that comes from our list rollup definition right here. Tickets, green, black font, the color of the text. We could change it to white if we wanted. We could change it to other colors. But here we have it right here. Here's the actions we were talking about, the edit and view, edit, view, edit, view. And you can say how many items you want to see in one page here. You could go to 5, 10, or 20 of these combined. It's combined of the tickets list and the archive list. And you can see the columns we added, title, which is bolded because we chose it to be bold. You can do group ascend. You can sort it ascending, descending. You can filter it by different factors here. You can filter any one of these columns. Well, okay, you can come in here and say, okay, I'm going to filter it where it's equal to assigned. filter. See, it puts all those in, and then you can easily clear that filter right out. So it gives you the ability to filter, sort these, and view and edit the multiple items from the list, the items from the multiple lists, as well as create a new one. So what list do you want to create it in? Well, tickets are archived. Do you want to create a new item in tickets? Go ahead and do it. Here it shows up and ready for a new item to be added. These are Nitro forms. That's the ticket form for that particular list. It looks like that. You can also add an archive ticket if you wanted to do it that way. So there's a lot of ways to manipulate and use the data, the information that's shown here in the tickets list. Let's just look at view and edit. The internet is down, it's viewing this. So all the functionality that's normally in the list is there for our view and editing, adding new items, grouping and sorting and filtering. So that's the list rollup. It has many uses. If you did want to go back and edit this or delete it, you can do that here. You can add a new list rollup. You can add it to a different page. So many things you can do with list rollup, and it's a very useful function, very useful app to have in the NITRO Studio. Thank you.